गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। अहम ब्रह्मास्मि। So, good morning, everyone. So nice to see you all. Here we are after 2 weeks of hiatus, might be, or 2 weeks of forced hiatus, technological invasion. So finally we are here, and I think like there is something with that name itself. So we didn't give any name to it. And either you people are too much ready for it, or some people are not ready. That's why it is not coming out. So I don't know which one is it. But if we are here, whatever has to come, let's go ahead with that. So many a times we have come up with a query. हम सब कभी ना कभी एक सवाल पूछते हैं. If I am part of the divinity, why this confusion? Why I keep on forgetting this? Why I travel into the world and gone? सब जानता हूं मैं, जब यहां बैठता हूं सब कुछ लगता है कि सही है, बट जैसे ही कैमरा ऑफ होता है, the mind kicks in, and then again a lot of question, internal fight, and then people from the world, they question us and we are clueless. क्या हो गया? And they seem to be more powerful because their logic is so strong, especially in this realm. Somehow they also convince you for a moment to forget yourself. नहीं विजय जी, तो मुझे यही लगता है कि यही माया है. So let us go ahead and look into the basics of it, like how it all happens. ये ignorance क्यों आता है, ये अज्ञानता क्यों है, कहाँ शुरू हुआ, क्यों शुरू हुआ, how all this started, how it began, and what are the ways out of it? Because I feel, I say Aham Brahmasmi, but if I pinch myself, I get the pain, right? And then one secret way out of my own way that I'm going to share today. So remind me. I told you the same thing in Wednesday also. Remind me like how I deal with the things practically in this world. And that you should not miss, actually, because that is what is going to be the essence of the entirety of this. So here we go. Creation, illusion, Maya. Okay. So creation, when we look at it, we all studied in school and they talk about the Big Bang theory, where two things collide and then everything broke into pieces and then everything started, right? But from where those two things came is the question. Even if there was a collision, but from where did those two things came? वो दो पहले होना चाहिए ना, उसके बाद ही तो collide करेंगे, फिर उस दोनों को किसने बनाया? So that's the question that comes up in the minds of people. but it has a very clear-cut dichotomy in Agamas and even in our Vedas, like how the creation came into existence. So we will again revisit that space, might be from a different dimension, might be from a different pathway, might be from a different understanding level. क्योंकि किसको कौन सी भाषा समझ में आती है वो नहीं पता. And might be it's a confirmation for many of you. It might just be a new thing for many of you, or it might just be a new way of looking at it. So let's begin that process of understanding the entirety of it. Let's see how deep we can go into it and experience it as well. So creation or Rachna and the cosmic web of Maya, the illusion of Maya. So जैसे कि हमारे पुरातन संस्कृति हो या पुरातन ज्ञान हो, the old ways of understanding this, and especially when we deal with tantra also, जो आगम कहते हो आप, उसके हिसाब से शिव और शक्ति, they are not separate. Yesterday only somebody was questioning to me like, are Shiva and Shakti different from each other? And if not, why do they appear as two beings, not one? And what are the moments when they separate from each other? Is there really something as such? So let's also answer to that also. आज के सेशन में उसका भी आंसर करेंगे. Now, can you separate fire and heat? My first question. Can you separate heat from the fire? कर सकते हो क्या? But these, fire is an element, heat is the quality. Yes or no? So its ingrained quality cannot be removed. Ingrained quality of fire is burning. Can you remove that quality from burning? मिटा नहीं सकते. However, two things are utilized in two different ways, yes or no? आप पूछोगे कैसे? मेरा देखो, when you are lighting up a fire, it also gives light and it also burns. It also produces heat. So when you are cooking, you are not using that fire as light. You are using that fire as heat. But when you are lighting up a lamp or a candle or a diya, you are not using it to cook. You are using it for the light. Can you say that all these three things are different? Yes. But are they really different? No, because the source is one. Are you getting that? So उसी तरीके से शिव और शक्ति दो attributes दिखते हैं, but वो अलग नहीं है. Source is one only. But it appears to us as different things. Just like fire, light, heat. Okay? Then if they are not different and they are appearing as this, you get a very simple answer here. In order to play a different role, just like fire, light and heat, they appear in different ways. Clear hai ye? Okay. So now then let's move on with this. Then how does it began? Yes, Suru kahan se hua? How all these things? So in order to create the creation, कि जब रचना की शुरुआत हुई, it doesn't mean that then Shiva, where did he took birth? Like Imon asked, who is the father of Shiva? No, there is nothing as such, because all these questions only appear when we are talking about duality. When we are talking about the time-space realm, only then we can ask a question, who was the creator of that? Because as we have discussed earlier, ऐसे पहले भी बात कर चुके हैं, creation जो है उसका एक starting date होता है, एक end date होता है. Just like a medication has a manufacturing date and an expiry date. So all these things in creation has that. But the one that is beyond the time and limit of the space, how can you say like how it was created? Because it something existed from this time to this time. We can give a reference. Let's say you have seen many people, when they pass away from this realm, there is a date written, right? From this date to this date he was here. Okay, that means this was the time frame in which it was there. But the thing that is beyond time, even time exists in it. मतलब समय का शुरुआत और अंत भी उसमें हो जाता है. Then how can you define that using the time? It's just like this, Kushal, taking a scale and going around the world to measure it. And not only the world, with that 15 centimeter scale, you are trying to measure the entire cosmos. Will it be possible? No, the lifetime won't suffice. Neither you would have that kind of energy or understanding to go along with it. Because the measurement scale itself is so minute in front of the magnitude of the thing that we are talking about. तो उसी वजह से हम उसको संपूर्णता से जानना बड़ा मुश्किल है. Just like, can you sit down and analyze each and every cell of your body? Let's alone cosmos तक जाते ही नहीं है, हम आपसे ही शुरू करते हैं. It's you only. But can you define every single cell of yours, Deepika ji? Possible? Oh, now I will see, okay, this is one cell, that is one cell. No, it's not possible. You are that and you are still not able to count it. Why? You are not able to know yourself completely. But can you say that you don't know yourself? Logically answer karo. Logically, you think you know yourself. But metaphysically, you don't know anything about yourself. Why do you know logically about yourself? Logically, okay, this is my name, this is me, this is where I was taken birth. You are giving all the references of time and space. But metaphysically, you don't know anything about yourself because there is no hint towards it. Aapko just, keep on asking Vidya ji, no, when you wake up in the morning, do you say, okay, where is Vidya today? No, you just wake up. Ask that. So in one way, you have accepted yourself as that. आपने अपने आप को उसी तरीके से मान लिया है. But in the other way, if you really question, is my real name this? Then the question begins. And this doesn't fall into the realm of logic. And that's where people fail. What do? They give up. Or Vinay Lata ji, we have heard a story. Grapes are angur khatte hai. The story of the grapes and the fox. Right? जानते हो ना, that fox went into the forest. It was too hungry. There was grapes hanging and it tried jumping. It was not able to reach it. So he declared the grapes are sour. अंगूर खट्टे हैं. तो मैं जब लोगों को देखता हूँ स्पिरिचुअलिटी के बारे में बात करते हैं, मुझे भी लगता है कि ये अंगूर खट्टे वाले हैं. Means if I reach, it's the sweetest. If I don't, अंगूर खट्टे हैं. And can you convince them that अंगूर खट्टे? You are saying wrong. No, the grapes are sweet, but you are claiming it as the grapes are sour. Will they agree? No, they won't. And that's where you people fail. You know why? You are trying to say to them that they are wrong. And that's the problem. Till that date, when you say, no, angur khatte, angur khatte, they will be the best people along with you. But the day you say, no, you have not tasted it. I have tasted it and the grapes are sweet. Then you touch their space, which they don't want to falter. They don't want to be vulnerable that they have not tasted it. And what will they do? Kya karenge wo log? They have another group. And more troublesome part, कल्याणी जी, ये जो अंगूर खाए हैं, इनका ग्रुप छोटा है. जो नहीं खाए उनका ग्रुप बड़ा है. And that's where you say, and then sometimes you also convince yourself, was it not my illusion that I ate the grapes? Was it not my illusion that it tasted sweet? जब इतने लोग कहते हैं, so many people are saying it is sour, how can I say that sweet? So let's go along with the flow. That's what we say. No, go with the flow, or else you have to go through a lot of trouble, lot of pain. इसीलिए कहते हैं ना कि जैसे इश्क वैसा ही आध्यात्म का रास्ता, दोनों ही आग का दरिया है और डूब के जाना है. Like it's a stream of fire and you have to go through it. And then situations come into your life, right? And they shake you up. आपको हिला के रख देते हैं. But then why all these things are happening to me? It's because some of your play is still left. आपका खेल भी बाकी होगा, इसलिए हिल जाते हो. But the day you become still in that space, nothing will move you from that place. Because if you have eaten something, you have eaten something. Nobody convinces you that. Right? So, a small little story. There was one person who went to Gautam Buddha. And he said, I want to go into the Sangha. Means I want to become a part of your movement. And Gautam Buddha looked at him and he said, do you really want to? He said, yes, I'm determined and I want to be here. And in that moment, Gautam Buddha just looked at him for a moment and looked at him, and this person says, finally he could not stop him. He said, are you saying yes or no? What should I understand from this silence? I have heard that maunam sanmati lakshanam. Means if you are not saying anything, that means you are agreed to that. And many people take granted to you also. When you are not saying something, they think, okay, he said yes. No, it's not that. Might be he's contemplating, might be she's more contemplating or thinking more about it. Then Gautam Buddha laughed and said, no, it's not that, but I cannot take you. He said, why can't you take? Because I have seen many people, they come and you just say, okay, come on. But what's the problem with me then? He said, I have a special thing for you. He said, what's that? You have to go to the cremation grounds. तुम्हें स्मशान में जाना पड़ेगा. Now Gautam Buddha talking about cremation ground. You see, तेरे को स्मशान में जाना पड़ेगा, and full one day and night, you have to stay there. And then you come back. Then I will teach you. Or then we will think like whether I can take you or not. Now this person, he said, day is okay, but night. If I ask all of you to go, I say, Navneet ji, day and night in Smashan. You just go and sit there. Now, Shiva Guruji, the situations are very different. Lightings are there and all the stuff is all around. But still, even if this day, if you go there, despite all the floodlights and all those things, even your own shadow will make you so fearful. And you just think of that time when Gautam Buddha is speaking to that fellow. He said, but I can go in the day, it's okay, I can manage, but in the night. Then Gautam Buddha is like, why? What is the problem? But there would be ghosts. मुझे एक चीज समझ में नहीं आता है, जब लोग कहते हैं कि स्मशान में गए तो डर लगता है क्योंकि भूत है, भूत प्रेत है. Then why do everybody say that उनकी सदगति हो गई? Have you heard any person उनके कार्ड पे लिखा हुआ कि इनकी सदगति नहीं हुई? और अगर सबकी सदगति हो गई तो भूत प्रेत आए कहां से वहां पे? Everybody writes that, no? Then Gautam Buddha asked him, like, what is the fear that you have? He said, the fear is this ghost. Gautam Buddha said, have you seen it? Ever? I'm asking the same question to you. लेकिन डर तो लगता है ना? देखा नहीं हो. You have not seen any ghost, but you still have a fear of ghost or not. यस, खुशहाल अभी अभी भी अगर वो लाइट चली गई और अचानक से साउंड होने लगे, आधे लोग उठ के भाग जाएंगे. Why? Where did this fear come from? कहां से आया डर? Now people always question that where is God? We have not seen him. I said, have you seen a ghost? You have not seen him, but you are still fearful. Then why are you not accepting God then if you have not seen him? हाँ, ये आ गए फिर बोलेंगे अंगूर खट्टे. But because of those space, vibrations are there. तो vibration तो God का भी है. But here Gautam Buddha says, no, that is the only thing. You have never seen it. Then how do you know their ghost exists? He says, no, I have heard it. मैंने सुना है लोगों से. But have you seen it? He says, no. Then why do you agree to that? He says, no, but I have also seen people acting crazily when they are possessed. Gautam Buddha says, even I look people, those who are not possessed, also acting crazily. And by the way, the body that you see as yourself is also possessed by you. शरीर के साथ इंसान, बिना शरीर के भूत. If you are in the body, you are a human. Without the body, what are you? Can you see you are the ghost which you are fearing? Or rather, you will be the ghost that somebody else will fear. Yes or no? So with a form, you call yourself human. Without a form, you say, no, we are souls. हाँ, वही soul को ghost भी कहा जाता है. They are no different. When you experience yourself as a soul, not as a ghost. लेकिन जब एक आत्मा को अपनी अनुभूति नहीं होती, it does not realize itself, then it feels itself as ghost. वो अपने आप को आत्मा नहीं, एक भूत मानने लगता है. This is the only difference between a soul and a ghost. If it is realized that I am the Atman, and can you see, it is only ignorance that keeps you as a ghost, and it is also awakening that makes you merge with the Supreme. It is the ignorance that you are this body, and it is the awakefulness that makes a pathway for your liberation. वही भूत हो सकता है, वही आत्मा बन के परमात्मा से मिल सकता है. What is the pathway? Why spirituality? This spirituality is a space which is actually guiding you through that knowledge or wisdom that transforms you from a ghost to a soul. Many a time here, उषा जी, मैं अगर किसी को भी पूछूं, आप कौन हो? आप कहोगे मैं तो आत्मा हूं. नहीं, भूत हूं कोई नहीं बोलेगा. And still, if I ask you, then define yourself. You cannot. Because भूत का definition है, आपका नहीं है. भूत का definition क्या है? It comes with certain vibration, as you said, and that creates fear within you. जो आपके मन के अंदर डर बनाता है, मुझे लगता है वो भूत है. And one more thing. होगा, वो भी बता दूंगा कुशाल. एक क्वेश्चन पार्क करके रखो अभी. सो इसे क्या कहा जाता है? भूत. What does that mean, भूत? भूत means past. And you see, your past haunts you. Yes or no? आपके पिछले दिन, जो पुराने दिन है, वही आपको डराते हैं. अभी कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, आप यहाँ पे शांति में बैठे हो, right? We are all sitting here talking about this, but the moment I say ghost, आप अपने बचपन की कहानियां याद आने लगे. अरे उस दिन एक मैं अंधेरे में था, वहां पे कुछ दिखा and I got frightened out of it. Now what did you saw exactly? So bhoot is nothing but the past, which does not exist. Future, does it exist? No. It is also the projection of it. Means, मेरा past experience, current situation, projecting the future. Right? Then somebody always asks a question, how to be in the present? अगर past future नहीं है, how can I be in the present? Logical answer, हरि भाई. Logical answer is, जो आपको ये पूछे ना हाउ टू बी इन द प्रेजेंट, उसको एक लॉजिकल आंसर दे. अगर लॉजिकल आदमी है तो, इफ ही इज अ वेरी लॉजिकल पर्सन, सो आस्क हिम, आर यू इनसाइड द ग्राउंड, अबव द ग्राउंड और ऑन द ग्राउंड? इतना ही पूछना उसे एक बार कि तू जमीन के नीचे है, जमीन पे है, या जमीन के ऊपर है. वेयर इज इट? What would be the answer? He definitely will say, no, I am not inside the earth. मैं जमीन के नीचे नहीं हूं, ना ही मैं जमीन के ऊपर खड़ा हो सकता हूं. I am just on the ground, not above the ground, neither inside the ground, but on the ground. है कि नहीं? उसे कहना उसी तरीके से, तू कभी पास्ट में नहीं रह सकता या फ्यूचर में नहीं रह सकता. यू आर ऑलवेज ऑन द ग्राउंड, यू आर ऑलवेज इन द प्रेजेंट. बट यू कैन से, ओके, आई कैन डिग एंड गो इनसाइड दैट. हाँ, व्हेन यू आर डिगिंग इट, इट ऑल्सो बिकम्स द ग्राउंड. दैट्स हाउ, even if you are thinking about your past, you are thinking it in the present only. If you are thinking about the future, you are thinking it in the present only. Can you see, it is your present which becomes both. Right? So now, so Gautam Buddha says, you go to the cremation grounds and you learn what you see. He says, but I have that fear. He said, you have not seen anything. So go. It is a great opportunity to really come out with a understanding whether really ghosts are there or not. वो कहते हैं मेरे को डर लगता है, बोलते कि नहीं, जाके देख, ये तो बहुत अच्छा अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि तेरे को समझ में आ जाएगा कि है कि नहीं. Fearful, Gautam Buddha says, you are ready to leave the world. Why are you fearful to leave the body? Yes or no? He says, तेरे को डर क्या है? अगर भूत है, क्या करेगा? What will it do? It might kill you, right? The max to max, what can it do? It will kill you. But you are ready to leave the world, but not ready to leave the body. What is this? ये क्या है? यही बंधन है. You say, all good, all good, all good. Aham Brahmasmi. Next day, there is a pain in the head. You sit with the head and Aham Brahmasmi having a headache today. Oh, my health. Oh, okay. Aham Brahmasmi, but I am having a pain today. Oh, this day work did not happen. Oh, I am Brahman, but my work didn't happen today. There is a clash, right? ये हर किसी के साथ होता है. Everyone goes through this. And then you say, कहीं सच में अंगूर खट्टे तो नहीं है? Am I really just saying this, or I again flowing with another flow of another group of people? See, this is a very, very shrewd question, but you should go through that. Because until and unless you experience it in fullness, you will always be in doubt. जब तक आपको संपूर्ण ज्ञान नहीं आता, अभिमन्यु की मृत्यु मरते हो. And now, so Gautam Buddha says, anyways, you have to go. So he says, okay, ठीक है, चलता हूँ. So he goes, says, tomorrow morning I will go to the cremation grounds. So he leaves, and then Gautam Buddha calls two of his students and he says, disciples, and says, like, take care of him. Don't let him know that you are there, but take care of him. Now just think of, if somebody is there, you are in the cremation grounds, just imagine this. And then you suddenly see from the far off place 2 people moving. I can see it on your face, you know. You don't have to tell what will happen. But how did you know that those 2 people are not there to help you? Are you getting that? Those 2 people can be there to help you, but it is your fear within that kills you. ये आपका डर है जो आपको मार देता है. But Gautam Buddha said that don't go in front of him or else उसी डर से मर जाएगा वो. So just be in a hidden place, but just think of if something is hiding and you just hear the noise. Despite those people are there to safeguard you, but that noise can also kill you. Why? Because the fear is not there. The fear is within me now. What is killing you? It's not the noise outside. It's not the people outside. It's not the situation outside. It is the fear within that is killing you. ये आपके अंदर का जो भय, जो डर है, वही आपको मार देता है. बताओ क्या हो सकता है? What could be the worst thing that can happen to you? Pain and death. यही दो ही तो हो सकता है ना. इससे ज्यादा क्या होगा? Either it will be a painful thing, physically, mentally, or it can be death. But beyond death, can anybody do anything to you? But still we fear so many things. अरे वो मुझे क्या बोल देगा? What will they say about me? What will they tell about? Can you see these words have become more powerful because that fear is not outside, the fear is within you. Now here in this case, Gautam Buddha sends 2 people, but if he had that knowledge, he would have been more powerful or not? अगर उसे पता होता कि 2 लोग मेरे साथ हैं, मैं अकेले नहीं हूं, तब क्या होता था? He would be more comfortable. But as he doesn't know that 2 people are accompanying him, he is fearful. How do you know how many things are accompanying you because of the sadhana that you are doing? You don't know. Why you don't know? Because you have never tried to learn it. तो फिर आप अदिति जी बोलेंगे, फिर आप बोल देना चाहिए ना हमको. नहीं, if I say you that, then you will not learn what you have to learn. You are not alone, but you have to be there unknowingly alone so that you get your wisdom through your experience. अकेला कोई भी नहीं है यहाँ पे. और अगर मैं आपको, जैसे दीपिका जी कहते हैं ना, अगर आप हो तो हम स्मशान जाने को तैयार हैं. अच्छा, somebody asked me in my childhood, नीलिमा जी, जब मैं जाता था तो मेरा एक दोस्त है, वो मुझे पूछता, तेरे को डर नहीं लगता? You don't get fearful when you go to the spaces. I said, डर किस बात का? For what should I fear? He said, but there will be ghost. Well, then I'm not alone. There is a company to me. So why should I be fearful? हाँ, अकेले जाने से डर लगता है. तू बोलता है ना घोस्ट है, भूत है. हाँ, भूत भी तो है. So somebody is there. क्या करेगा? नाचेगा. I will also dance along with it. Then see, the problem is you think they are opposite to you. That's why you are not able to befriend them. वो नाचते हैं, आप उनके साथ नाचो. बोले you are the past, I am the future. समझ में आ रहा है? You are the past, I am the future. मतलब तू पहले मर चुका है, मैं आगे मरने वाला हूं. There is no difference between you. The only difference between you and me is this present. So somehow that fellow comes the next day, गौतम बुद्ध के पास आता है, कहता है, प्रणाम करता है, प्रभु आशीर्वाद बनाए रखो, जा रहा हूं स्मशान घाट. I'm going there to the cremation ground. And Gautam Buddha says one thing, when you are going there, look at everything that is happening very, very cautiously. और देखो, समझो और आके मुझे बताना क्या हुआ. You just come down and let me know what you experienced. Okay? This fellow goes, daytime, sits in the cremation ground. As usual, cremation ground में तो बीमार लोग आएंगे नहीं, मुर्दे ही आते हैं. So मरे हुए लोग आने लगे. So 4 people carrying them. So one time he sees like he's sitting there and he sees, okay, some people carried a old body and he saw like, okay, cremation ground burning, fire में डाला गया. उसके 4 बेटे थे, 4 बेटों ने कंधा दिया था. four sons, and they burned the body, and people were talking about smashan vairagya. Oh, life is this and that, and nothing is there, everything is just ash and this and that. Sabke saath hota hai, nahi? And he says, okay, so this is a great learning that life is just like this. So he kept on sitting there. और उसके बाद और कोई आया, कोई धनी व्यक्ति आया, उसके साथ बहुत सारे लोग थे, बहुत सारे चीजें थी उसके साथ. Many things along with him, lot of decoration, lot of flowers, lot of people. But ultimately what? The same fire on the pyre. He said, oh, so it doesn't matter if you are rich or poor. Oh, I learned this. So day khatam ho jata hai. In the evening, in the night, another dead body comes, a very young lady, and his husband is coming in front of it, and he was crying, and all the people are talking, Bhagwan ne bahut jati ki hai, the God is not fair, how can he take away his wife at such an early age? You know, everybody talks about that. Itna jaldi kaise leke chale, Bhagwan ko gaaliyan dena shuru ho jata hai. Okay, so he understands, okay, there can be unfairness at the level of God also. Okay, I understood this. But they are saying, okay, but still life is life. So this goes on. We will get him married again. I said, okay, good. So he learned that. Throughout the night, he was sitting fearful of not something else but himself. Somehow he managed through that night. The next morning, runs towards Gautam Buddha and says, okay, I came back. As you said, I was there. So Gautam Buddha asked, what did you saw? He says, there were a lot of things that I saw, like dead bodies came, and people were realizing in that moment that life is nothing but these just ashes, and it doesn't matter whether you are rich or poor. Gautam Buddha looks at him and laughed, and he says, I cannot take you. He said, but I fulfilled the criteria. Gautam Buddha said, but you have not learned what I sent you to. Then what should I do? Go back. Or ek din. And Gautam Buddha, did you encounter any ghosts? Or usne kaha, no, only vibrations. I felt that there was someone. I felt like I was fearful, but somehow I managed. Gautam Buddha said, this time you will be more comfortable. Then if you have managed one night, this time you will be more comfortable because you are acquainted with that place. सच में वही होगा. अब जब पहली बार जाके श्मशान में बैठोगे ना, तो आपको डर लगेगा. एक दिन बैठ जाओ, दूसरे दिन बोलोगे अच्छा थोड़ा कंफर्टेबल होने लगे, 10-12 दिन के अंदर उनके साथ नाचने लगोगे. Because that fear is just within me right now, and once that fear is taken away, no fear. Okay, तो गौतम बुद्ध कहते हैं जाओ, फिर से जाओ. He was hesitant, but you have taken more people today also without asking them to go there. Gautam Buddha said, that's my wish now. Wow, I want you to go back there. Okay, fine, goes back. Again, the same story repeats. And throughout the night, like in the day, what he saw, that some dead bodies, some part of the bodies are not burnt. So crows and cranes like this, कौवे और चीला के उसको नोच के खा रहे. He says, oh, okay, so this learning I forgot. Okay, ये नश्वर है, this शरीर नश्वर है, और इसे ऐसा ही, like this is not the reality. This is just, it will fall someday, and today it ate something and something will eat it someday. Oh, so this is the learning. मैं ये शरीर किसी को खाया था, किसी दिन इस शरीर को कोई खाएगा. And this is just a transition in this world. So I learned this. Throughout the day and night, he saw that only. He went back. Gautam Buddha says, so what did you experience? He said, this is what? Sharir Nashwar hai. Gautam Buddha looked at him and says, I cannot take you. Go back. He says, but I have learned everything. All the wisdom the people are talking about, all the things that I am seeing along with the body, I have seen everything. I think I've understood. Gautam Buddha says, go back. Or else even I will cut that card also of even thinking of considering you. No, it's okay. Goes back. Third night. Throughout the day sits there. The same drama continues. But towards the night, something happens to him. and he doesn't know when morning came. सुबह कब हो गई उसे पता भी नहीं चला. And that day he came completely silent, without a word. He goes to Gautam Buddha. And Gautam Buddha, by looking at him, he understood, like, okay, he got it this time. Then Gautam Buddha asks, why are you so silent? Have you seen a ghost? He says, I have not seen a ghost, but I have seen my reality. Up until now, I was trying to understand the reality outside, but today I became the reality. Then Gautam Buddha asked, in order for the benefit of all the people sitting here, tell what you experienced. He said, I don't know. I was sitting there and it was late evening and somehow I closed my eyes, but I was not sleeping. But what I saw is, all these days I was seeing many people coming as dead bodies. Today I saw my own dead body. मैंने अपना मृत शरीर देखा. I saw that my brothers and my friends are carrying me. My father, who is still alive, is coming in front of me. He is so sad. He's so crying. He's so worried. And I wanted to speak so much, but I am not able to speak. I wanted to tell my brothers that take care of my father. I want to tell my father that how happy I am, how grateful I am for him. But I was trying to say, but I'm not able to speak. They brought me as a body. They put me on the pyre. I wanted to say so many things to so many people. I wanted to forgive so many people, so many things. I was grateful for so many people, so many things. I was trying to say, but I am not able to say it. I don't know why. अरे भाई, मुर्दे अगर किसी को माफी ना मांग सके, मुझे समझ में आता है. If a corpse doesn't ask for forgiveness from the people, I understand. यहाँ तो जिंदा लोग हैं जो माफी नहीं मांग पाते. उन्हें क्या बोलूं मैं? What should we call these people then? While they are still alive, they are not able to ask for forgiveness. They are not able to forgive. They are not grateful. They are not thankful. What should we call them? इन्हें जिंदा लाश कहा जा सकता है. Walking corpses. Right? And that's why, Sashiji, you look at those people, their life is also like that. कभी भी देखो अकड़ के चलते हैं. They're always like so stubborn, so stuck. But they don't realize one thing, that they could have been, the life could have been so beautiful if they could have forgiven some people. Their life could have been so much beautiful rather than forgiving others if they could forgive themselves. किसी दूसरे को माफ करना तो सेकेंडरी बात है. अपने आप को माफ किए हो? Have you forgiven yourself for any of the things that you have done? Have you accepted yourself unconditionally? Because that space, if you do, I think your liberation is in your hands. Liberation should not be waited till you die. You find your liberation right and now, here. और वो कहता है, उस व्यक्ति कहता है, he says to Gautam Buddha that soon enough, I was feeling so tight. I was not able to breathe. Then suddenly the body started getting warm because they put a fire. उन्होंने आग लगाई. और जब जल रहा है, so I can feel that heat. And slowly, there was a little bit of pain kind of thing that I was feeling. But after some time, I became the fire. And the moment I became the fire, all my pain disappeared. And I became so light in that moment. And I just came out as a pure one out of it. I don't know what has happened, but I don't need you anymore. गौतम बुद्ध को कहता है, I don't know what happened to me, but I don't need you anymore. Gautam Buddha says, this is why I sent you there. You don't need anyone. If you are ready in that moment, if you are present in that moment, because till yesterday you came to me and you are only talking about the wisdom that everybody talks about. तू खाली वही बातें कर रहा था जो ज्ञानी लोग बात करते हैं, स्मशान में जाते हैं और कहते हैं जीवन नश्वर है, आते ही फिर हिसाब किताब. And today you are not talking what people speak. You have realized it. And yes, even you don't need me. See, I think if you experience this once, experience of your death, not leaving the body, not required, because you are not bound to this body. If you go through a process of literally experiencing your death while you are alive, you will find it such a beautiful transition. And that transition will create such an eternal transformation within you that you will not be fearful of anything anymore. Might be you will act like that. Might be in order to handle the situation, you will act like that. You will not put your hand into the fire by realizing it. No, you realize the fire. That's why you don't put your hand into the fire. That is how, while being in this world, you will be careful while dealing with the world. Yet, because you know the properties of the fire, you use the fire. Similarly, if you understand the qualities of this world, you will not burn yourself with the world. You will utilize the same powers of the world for the benefit of your own. समझ में आ रहा है? Are you getting that? So what are the learnings? Many things came in this. The fear is not outside, within. You as a realized being, you are a soul. Unrealized soul is a ghost. And the day you realize yourself, neither you need Gautam Buddha, neither Gautam Buddha needs you. Did you see what is liberation? Liberation is you not being dependent on anything, nothing being dependent on you. You are free. Now, ये सब तो ज्ञान हो गया, लेकिन इससे आगे क्या? अज्ञानता कहां से आई? Why did I forget? If I am that ultimate soul, where was the time? What was the space where I forgot myself? मैं अपने आप को कहां भूल गई? Because it is the time of Navaratra, I think it was stopping itself till this date. शायद अभी उसको बोलना है. So it is in this way. The first and foremost statement that I'm going to say, listen to it very carefully. ये जो statement है, it will make so much of sense when I define it. Okay? Shiva is eternal and eternally still. Shakti is eternal and eternally movement. क्या है दोनों? दोनों शाश्वत है. They are beyond time space. But one is absolute stillness, the other is absolute movement. Now, from where did this movement started? It's just like the same. Can you tell me, Umaji, from when fire has heat? आग में गर्मी कब से है? बोल सकते हो अदिति जी? नहीं, जब फायर बना तभी से है. So these qualities that we are talking about, movement and stillness, ये कब से है? ये तब से है but it depends on the usage we come to understand it. You remember the first thing I gave the example of the fire? Depending on the usage, it comes to a play. वैसे ही Shiva, in order to experience himself, just like you, if you have to see your face, how will you see your face? प्रीति जी, लोग कहते हैं आजकल कैमरा है, मिरर की भी जरूरत नहीं, अब भी देख रहा हूं अपने आप को. Apart from that, earlier, before this era invaded, what was the only source to see yourself? Water. But it doesn't give a very clear picture, na Santoshi ji? Better than water? Mirror. Right? So when you have a mirror, and it is the most attractive thing on this planet, you know. I have told it again and again, the mirror is the most addictive thing in this planet. Itna sa mirror hai. Hey, Vani ji, the mirror size is this much. In that also you'll go and just say, okay, oh, it looks good. कोई है जो मिरर को पार करके चला जाए एक बार ना देख के, without looking at yourself once? Can you pass away from mirror? Can you see how much you love yourself but you don't know it? Right? But why do you see a mirror? So that you can see yourself, right? अपने आप को देख पाओ, इसलिए मिरर की जरूरत है. So this statement goes this way. Shakti is the mirror in which Shiva sees his own Shivatva. इसीलिए एक को प्रकाश और दूसरे को विमर्श कहते हैं. शक्ति वो है जिसमें शिव अपने स्वरूप को देख पाता है. It is no different. It's no different. The image that is appearing is he himself. But in order to see he himself, this thing is separated. And when you separate something from yourself, you create duality. And when you create duality, in order to create duality, you need certain powers to create it. कुछ तो गुण चाहिए होंगे ना उसमें. If I have to cook rice, लक्ष्मी जी, we need ingredients. हमको कुछ ना कुछ जरूरत होगा, चावल की जरूरत होगी, पानी की जरूरत होगी. We need water, we need rice, we need that fire to cook it. Similarly, when this separation is done, why this separation is done? In order to experience himself, the separation is done. And in order to create, what are the qualities that is given? 3 qualities शिव अपने आप से अलग करते हैं. That becomes Shakti. अपने 3 गुणों को अलग करते हैं जिससे शक्ति बन जाती है. वो 3 गुण क्या है? एक है ज्ञान, दूसरा है क्रिया, तीसरा है इच्छा. इच्छा शक्ति, क्रिया शक्ति, ज्ञान शक्ति. And there is, if we look at Shiva and Shakti, they know each other completely because they are not 2 but 1. But in order to just create, the barrier begins. जब शिव अपने आप से उसको अलग करते हैं, तब क्वेश्चन जागने लगता है. And due to this separation, the doubts appear and can be termed as the birth of ignorance. जब शक्ति शिव से अलग होती है तो वो संपूर्ण नहीं रहती, इसलिए क्वेश्चंस आने लगते हैं. Because it separated itself from the ultimate, doubts arise. Or Dhavalji, we have talked about so many things about Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, where Parvati asked question to Shiva, and then we ask, why is Parvati asking question to Shiva? Doesn't she knows? There are 2 reasons why she asks. One is Anukampa, means their grace so that all other understand. Second is because she is separated, she is ignorant. And same is the case with all of us. Same case. क्योंकि हमने अपने आप को जीवात्मा मान रखा है परमात्मा से अलग होके. We have become the Jivatma, separated from the Paramatma, in order to create something. All this ignorance comes with it. Now you can ask me one thing. How is it possible? I said, let's see this way. You have something called as a brain, right? Everyone? Hai na? And you have some memory in it. Have you heard of some people like when they go met with an accident and their memory fails? भूल जाते हैं ना. और विद्या जी, some people say मैं तो सर भी नहीं लगा लेकिन मैं भूलते जाता हूँ. I have not hit my head anywhere, but I still tend to forget things. Dementia is again another kind of disease, right? What is that? Means there was something called intact, but some changes happened in it. And due to that changes, it forgets. What is the change in you that you have forgotten yourself? It is the same case. As Parvati moves out from Shiva, she forgets. Similarly, you have differentiated yourself from the Paramatma, and as a Jivatma, you have forgotten yourself. That separation, you see, there is a connect in your brain waves, right? आपके brain cells में connectivity है, there is synapses. That's why you remember the things. But when there is a distortion in the synapse, when there is no connection in those two cells, क्या होता है? You forget. Did you see the same thing? Separation, severed. The kid was in the womb of the mother, but not separate from the mother up until it came out and it was severed. And it started living as a different being. Even forgetting, none of you remember how you felt in the womb of your mother. किसी को याद है? You don't even remember when that umbilical cord was severed. You remember that? But can you deny that you didn't came from there? Anyone? नहीं, वो बोलेंगे नहीं मैं तो अंडे में आया था. No, still, even that egg also comes from the womb. Now, similarly, you being in this lifetime, you know that you some time ago you were in the womb of the mother, but now you don't even remember, but you live as a separate entity from your mother or not. मदर के साथ झगड़े होते नहीं होते? ये देखो सब अपने माँ के पास चले गए. हाँ, मैं भी वही चाहता हूँ कि सब अपने माँ के पास चले जाए. But here you see, how did you forget? Tell me. How did you forget? It was a process. You were there. But how did you forget? That separation. Can you see? That separation, that severing of that umbilical cord made you a different entity apart from your mother. The same thing, that severed thing that happened to you as a Jivatma, you have differentiated yourself from the Paramatma, and that's why you feel as a separate entity, and that gives rise to all the questions. क्यों डाउट है? क्योंकि अलग हो. And because of this, Shiva Guruji, we as humans, when we say like, what I am searching in my life, and we keep on searching for that entity in its creation, not in the creator. हम जिस चीज को ढूंढ रहे हैं, हम रचना में ढूंढ रहे हैं, रचयिता में नहीं. We are all lost. And you know why हम कहते हैं ना कि I don't know why I don't feel satiated in anything. सब चाहिए. I want this, I want that. For a moment I feel happy, but the next moment I'm not. Why? It's all because I am trying to find that happiness in small, small things, not in the complete. And now just think of it. The person in whom you are trying to find happiness, is he complete or she complete? हेलो, जिस चीज में आप अपनी खुशी ढूंढ रहे हो, क्या वो संपूर्ण है? जो संपूर्ण नहीं है, आपको परिपूर्णता कैसे दे सकता है? The one who is not complete, how can he give you, or she give you, or that give you, or it give you? Are you getting that? And now we are trying to find happiness in a person, place, or thing which is not experiencing happiness completely. और हम खुशी उनमें ढूंढ रहे हैं जो खुश नहीं है, और हम चाहते हैं कि हम खुशी दूसरों को दे, हमारे पास ही नहीं है. We are trying to give that we don't have. We are trying to get that what they don't have. Is it ignorance or not? See. So what is the way out? आएंगे, उसका रास्ता भी निकालेंगे. Don't worry. Can you see how beautiful the design is? And that's why no one is happy with anyone. Because he is trying to find the happiness in her. She is trying to find the happiness in him. I am trying to find the happiness in that. That is waiting to find its happiness through me. So what are we searching? We think we are searching for happiness, but only dealing with incompleteness and pain. इसीलिए देखो इतना प्रॉब्लम है. That's why that much of sorrow, that much of misunderstanding. वो कहते तुम तो मेरे को समझते ही नहीं हो. हाँ, क्यों नहीं समझते? क्योंकि मुझे खुशी चाहिए, तुम मेरे को दुख दे रही है. नहीं, दे भी क्या सकते, जो है वही तो दे सकते हैं. और सब कहते हैं कि मेरे पास तो इतना सा है, अगर यही दे दिया तो मेरे पास क्या रहेगा? I just have this much of happiness, and if I give you, this is ignorance. ये है अज्ञानता. Means trying to find happiness where it is not. रसगुल्ले की दुकान पे जाके पूछते हो जूता मिलेगा क्या? You go to a sweet shop and say, मेरे साइज का जूता मिलेगा? What will that person say? प्रीति जी, इतना अच्छा लिखते हो, बताओ. मिठाई के दुकान में जाके पूछोगे जूते का साइज मिलेगा क्या? क्या बोलेगा? बोला लेगा या खाएगा? That exactly what we are doing in this world. My dear friends, you are laughing at this, but are we not doing the same thing? Exactly the same thing. We are going and asking that is not available with that person, and we are expecting that we will get that. And when that expectation is not met, we are sorrowful, we are angry, we are thinking like we have been betrayed. We think, I chose the wrong person. Bhai, there is no right person. समझ में आ रहा है कहां पे गलती हो रही है? आर यू गेटिंग दैट? वेयर यू आर फॉल्टरिंग इट? और सुधा जी, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको नहीं पता, सबको पता है, बताता कोई नहीं है. जानना नहीं चाहते उस जगह को, जाना नहीं चाहते उस जगह को. जानने का तो छोड़ दो. We don't even want to go into that territory, because if I go into that territory, even मुझे लगेगा कि अंगूर खट्टे हैं. क्यों? अपने आप को भी तो देखूंगा ना. Even I will see myself and I will say, अरे अच्छा, even I am that. And that's why you don't enter into that territory. आप कहते नहीं, जब क्वेश्चन आता है हु आर यू, आई एम आत्मन, आई एम ब्रह्मन. कॉन्सोलेशन प्राइजेस. और कुछ लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता, कहते बेटर लक नेक्स्ट टाइम. कहते फिर से आऊंगा, समझूंगा. बट माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, if you have given this opportunity here to even question this. I think that this is the time where you should cross over it. Because as I said, when Shiva and Shakti are together, there is no difference, there is no question, there is no illusion. But the moment you separate yourself, questions, illusions, problems arise. So what is the way back then? और देखो, आप ऐसे क्यों हो? Okay, I separated from Shiva, but why I'm like this? उसका भी आंसर है. You see, I said there are 3 qualities that Shiva separates from himself. क्या था? इच्छा शक्ति, ज्ञान शक्ति और क्रिया शक्ति. इच्छा शक्ति, willingness, ज्ञान शक्ति, wisdom, and इच्छा शक्ति, ज्ञान शक्ति और क्रिया शक्ति, the power of doing. और आप देखो वही 3 चीजें ही करते हो आप. अब आप एक इच्छा करते हो, अपना ज्ञान लगाते हो और उसे बना लेते हो या पा लेते हो. Yes or no? Just think about yourself. What have you done in your life? Only these 3 things. आपके पास एक इच्छा शक्ति है. I don't know why I want to eat. I feel like eating a cake today. What do you do? इच्छा शक्ति आई ना? Then what do you do? ज्ञान शक्ति. अच्छा, कैसे केक मिलेगा? कहां से केक मिल सकता है? पैसे हैं क्या नहीं है? क्या लगाए आप वहां पे? बुद्धि. ज्ञान लगाए कि नहीं लगाए? Then what did you do? You went, you bought the cake and ate it. क्रिया शक्ति. Tell me the 4th one that you have. यही 3 है. इच्छा शक्ति, ज्ञान शक्ति, क्रिया शक्ति. And these 3 things, how did they come into you? They came as 3 gunas. सात्विक, राजसिक, तामसिक. सात्विक ज्ञान, राजसिक इच्छा, तामसिक क्रिया. इसलिए काम कहते हो ना उसे. त्रिगुण आ गए. And based on the proportion of it, these 3 qualities, you become what you are. ये 3 गुणों के सम्मेलन से आप बने हो. जिस चीज को आप प्राधान्यता देते हो, the primary element that you choose, it's in your hands. Just like this. आभा जी, हम सारे लोग यहां बैठे हैं. We are talking about trying to know our own selves. But there are people those who are sleeping. Right? सो रहे हैं कि नहीं? पूरा दुनिया सो रहा होगा. But we are a handful of people, you see, there's just a handful of people sitting here and analyzing about themselves. क्यों? क्योंकि आपने अपने आप को जानने को प्राधान्यता दी है. You have given priority to know yourself completely. Whereas they have given the priority to sleep. And you just go and convince them. बोले तुम लोग पागल हो. सुबह सुबह उठ के नहा के धो के बैठ जाते हो, कोई काम धंधा नहीं है, सो जाओ आराम से. एंड लिटरली 2 दिन पहले किसी ने ग्रुप में मैसेज रखा था. आई सेड माय गॉड व्हाट इज दिस. एक लिखा था कि स्लीपिंग इज द बेस्ट मेडिटेशन. मैं बोला स्लीपिंग इज नॉट द बेस्ट मेडिटेशन, स्लीपिंग इज ए बेस्ट मेडिकेशन हो सकता है, मेडिटेशन नहीं हो सकता. इट कैन बी अ मेडिकेशन, आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट. आप सो गए तो सुंदर सा से अच्छे से सोए तो शरीर ठीक रहेगा. वो मेडिटेशन नहीं है, किसी ने वो वर्ड को बदल दिया है, गधे लोग हैं. मैं बोला प्लीज चेंज इट, इज नॉट मेडिटेशन, इट्स मेडिकेशन. एंड देन दे क्वेश्चन हाउ इज इट. मैं बोला नहीं समझाता, तुम जाओ, तुम अपना मेडिटेशन सपने में पूरा कर लो और लिबरेशन भी वही हो जाए. So coming back to this, based on the 3 gunas, as I said, we have given priority to realize ourselves. So when you are giving that priority, तो आप अपने सात्विक गुणों को जागृत करते हो. How are you doing that? Through abhyasa, means continuously working on that part. Because of that abhyasa, you are constantly working on that. Just by a brick on a brick on a brick becomes a building. You are also creating the same way through chanting of your single mantras every single day. You are creating that space. And Vidya ji, the best part is, यहाँ पे ये जो building that you are creating, you are not creating in front of you, you are creating below you. And the more and more bricks you are adding, you are climbing up, up, up and up. Halaki, I'm just telling it in the form of a physicality so that you understand, but there is nothing called as a up or down. It's just coming closer. It's coming closer to your own self. Because आप ही परमात्मा हो, लेकिन अपने आप को जीवात्मा मान बैठे हो. जीवात्मा हो तब भी ठीक है, क्योंकि परमात्मा के पास तो जा ही सकते हो. लेकिन अगर अपने आप को सिर्फ एक प्राणी, घोस्ट और भूत मान रखे हो, रास्ता बड़ा लंबा है. Under whose realization you are going to understand that you are that, it's yours. और ये जो 9 दिन चलेंगे, we will again try to go back home because वो आ गई है. She is here now. And संध्या जी मेरे पास तो बहुत ही अजीब तरीके से आई. Just I showed that to Hari Bhai also. Just 3-4 days ago, I went outside to eat dosa. ये कहते ही कुछ लोग बताएं, आप डोसा खाते हो? खाता हूं. मतलब पता नहीं लोग क्या समझ लेते हैं कभी कभी. बताइए, हवा. So Alibaji, I went there. So he has to give me some change after that. So some 35 rupees or he has to give me back. So पहले उसने 30 rupees का नोट दे दिया और बाकी 5 रुपए का कॉइन निकाल रहा है. So 2 rupees, 1 rupee कॉइन निकाला, मेरे हाथ में दिया. But what he felt, he took that back and gave me 1 5 rupee coin. I took it, kept in my pocket, came back. I didn't even think about it. In the afternoon, I just lied down on the bed and from my pocket something fell. It was the same coin. Okay, it was the same coin. It fell from my pocket and it made a noise. इतना ज़्यादा sound तो नहीं होना चाहिए coin गिरने से. And then I said, what happened? I just turned around and I saw, and what I saw, वो coin के ऊपर दुर्गा की मूर्ति है. पूरा अष्टभुजा दुर्गा है उसके ऊपर. मैंने आज तक ऐसा 5 रुपए का कॉइन नहीं देखा है. Have you? Anyone? भवानी जी ने देखा है. ये देखो आ गई है. That very moment when I said, अच्छा, so it is you. तू है. अच्छा ठीक है. I have that coin. Just here only, but I'm not sure like if you can see it on the camera. Just give me a moment. I'll show you that. Okay, not sure if you can see it, but here it is. Let's see if you can see it or not, or else I will share the photo. But you see, it is a complete, so not sure. Yes. ये पूरा दुर्गा का ही एक फोटो है. So I have taken a photo. I'll share that. Don't worry. And I said, अच्छा time पे आइए. So maybe I just guess like she falls in everybody's house. But more than that, what I say is it's not about the doors that you should keep open of the houses. It's the doors of your heart that you should keep open, and she will just fall into your pockets. And what could have been a better day to get it, Santoshi ji? चल अच्छा है, आ गई. इतना छोटा बन के आई, बड़ा बन के आती. So this is where the ignorance is because of the severedness. हमने अपने आप को अलग कर दिया है, इसलिए ये अज्ञानता है. और ये अज्ञानता हम ऐसे क्यों है? Because of the gunas. अच्छा, ज्ञान पूर्ण कैसे होगा? जब हम इस ज्ञान को प्राप्त करने के मार्ग पे चलते रहेंगे. If we keep on continuing walking on this path, we will reach to that space of again realizing what we have lost. And up until then, did you realize like why you are sorrowful, why you are sad when you are thinking about other people to help you? Because they are still thinking the same thing about you. Or just say Wednesday मैंने कहा था ना कि that person was saying like my problem is my wife, and when he went and asked, he realized that he was the problem for them. So similarly, we all are living in that kind of space. But when Shiva, the ultimate reality, who is Prakasha, उसको प्रकाश कहा जाता है संस्कृत में, and Shakti is Vimarsha, and Shakti is nothing but the Swabhava of Shiva, means the nature of Shiva is Shakti. So can you separate your nature from yourself? क्या आप अपने नेचर को अपने आप से अलग कर सकते हो? You cannot. इसीलिए सृष्टि को भी प्रकृति कहा जाता है, because you call it as nature. So what all you are experiencing as nature, as prakriti, is what? Nothing else but Shakti herself. So what are you experiencing every day? आप ही उसे नेचर कहते हो, आप ही उसे प्रकृति कहते हो, और मैं कहता हूं कि शक्ति ही शिव की प्रकृति है. तो व्हाट आर यू एक्सपीरियंसिंग एवरी सिंगल डे? बट यू नो शशि जी, आई डोंट स्टॉप देयर. माय क्वेश्चन एंड्स विथ अनदर क्वेश्चन. हु इज एक्सपीरियंसिंग शक्ति देन? My favorite question, Rajan ji, na? If you say this is all nature, this is all prakriti, and Shakti is the prakriti of Shiva, and you say you are experiencing the prakriti, at the same time I said prakriti or Shakti is the mirror in which Shiva experiences its own grandeur. शक्ति या प्रकृति वो है, वो जो मिरर है जिसके जरिए शिव अपने शिवत्व को जानता है, और आप कहते हो कि आप प्रकृति को रोज महसूस करते हो. यू आर एक्सपीरियंसिंग नेचर एवरी डे. नाउ टेल मी, हु आर यू? नाउ अलीवा जी से ये तो कभी रुकते ही नहीं, घुमा फिरा के हमारे ऊपर डाल देते हैं. दैट्स व्हाट आई डू. क्योंकि शक्ति आपके अंदर है. The only thing is we never ever even try to understand that. Then who are you? और ये कहते ही शिव जी सामने आ गए, बिल्कुल सही टाइम पे प्रकट हुए. क्या धवल जी? Who is experiencing whom then? And if you are experiencing that, at the same time I said they cannot be separated. Just like fire cannot be separated from heat and its burning quality. Can nature be separated from you? इसीलिए क्या कहा जाता है? प्रकृति और पुरुष. और अगर प्रकृति शक्ति है तो पुरुष कौन है? And in your presence, if Prakriti is appearing, what is the opposite of it? And if you are standing opposite of it so that you can experience yourself through that, then what are you? Shiva. Usha ji, vibration or Shiva? Now tell me, you're experiencing nature every day or not? And through nature, are you experiencing yourself or not? आप बोलोगे ये कैसे है? Even Nidima ji, I will answer that also. how I am experiencing myself. I say, see, utilizing the nature, you are experiencing yourself. I utilize the nature. I take a apple. I eat the apple. I tasted the apple within me. Experience किसे हुआ? Apple को हुआ या मुझे हुआ? I got the experience. My belly got filled. Whose hunger got satiated? Apple का या मेरा? Can you see? You are utilizing all the things of the creation, means the nature, in order to experience yourself. You want to experience your happiness, you see good things. You want to experience goodness in your ears, you put on some music. You want to experience satiate your hunger, you eat something. You want to taste sweet, you put something. But where do you experience it? Can you see? You are utilizing the nature in order to experience your own self. So what is nature? Nature is nothing but the mirror through which you are experiencing your own self. And my ultimate question again, then who are you? हम तो तब तक नहीं छोड़ेंगे जब तक आप मान नहीं लेते. भूत तो बना के नहीं छोड़ना है आपको. You have lived like ghosts for ages. At least you appeared as Jivatma this time, but I won't let you go until you realize that you are the Paramatma. और जिस दिन परमात्मा बन गए ना नवनीत जी, जैसे गौतम बुद्ध को उसने कहा कि मुझे तेरी जरूरत नहीं है, आप मुझे बोल देना, मैं आपको बोल दूंगा. All are free. Just like this, when a student learned whatever he has to, the teacher lets it go. Why? So that it can teach to others. So that it can become a teacher. नहीं, टीचर कहे नहीं तू हमेशा यहीं बैठा रहे, तो हमेशा के लिए वहीं बैठा रहेगा. So realize yourself completely, then get rid of me and let me get rid of you. ए देखो अभी शुरू हो जाता, but how can it be? नहीं, we cannot imagine that we live. हाँ, ignorance. If you realize yourself completely, then how can you be separate from me? When I say you leave me or you don't need me or I don't need you, because there is no two here. It all becomes one. Then who is searching for whom? किसको किसकी जरूरत जब मैं ही मैं हूं? That's where I say that's realization. तब जरूरत होगी क्या? नहीं होगी. So you should be happy when I say that I will let you go and you will let me go. You should be happy about that moment, because that moment, that separation that has happened, merges, becomes one. उसने क्या कहा कि थोड़ी तकलीफ हुई मुझे, I was feeling the heat, but after that I became the fire, and there was no heat, and there was no pain, and there was no separation. आग आपको तभी तक जलाता है जब आग से आप अलग हो, और जब आप आग बन जाते हो तो आप स्वयं जलते हो. Are you understanding that? The pain is due to separation. And the separation, you feel the pain because of ignorance. Now when you go out and you see everything today, जो कुछ भी देखोगे, प्रकृति को ही देखोगे ना, you will only see nature. But some people think nature is only trees and plants and birds. और उससे ज्यादा, more than that. Don't only see the prakriti outside, see the prakriti within. बाहर की प्रकृति को बदल नहीं सकते, अंदर की प्रकृति को बदल सकते. Slowly, वही है ना, like I don't know from when I moved from Narayan towards Shiva. हाँ, ये प्रकृति बदल रही है, because Narayan is the person who takes care of the worldly things. Shiva is the one who takes care of the liberation part. And that's why you started moving towards this. I said, I have lived the world. Well, thank you. Now what? Let's move towards Shiv. Let's move towards that. So this transformation has already begun for you, and might be, as I said, jab you have seen trains, right? When the engine is there and the bogie comes and attaches to it, there is a big sound, and there is a big noise, and there is a big force, and there is a big jerk, and there is a big jolt, right? If there is a jolt, if there is a noise, if there is a jerk, and I'm using this word very carefully, Navniji, jerk, because there are many jerks in our lives. And Shiva Guruji, what is a jerk in life? We know whom we call as jerk. वो लोग जो हमेशा हमको it's not only pain. There is a saying in English, na, just jerk. So there are people, those who are jerks in your life. And as I say, if there is noise, if there is sound, there is force, there is jerk in life. समझ लेना, attachment जाके means it is not about attaching, it's about becoming has begun for you. लेकिन कुछ लोग यही साउंड से डर जाएंगे, कुछ लोग यही जर्क से डर जाएंगे. The person who doesn't knows is sitting in the bogie, and the bogie is being pushed and it is getting attached to the engine. In that moment, that sound, that thud करके जो sound है, out of fear some people get out of the train. This is the time where you have to hold on. The sound can be external, the sound can be internal. As I said, it can be physical, mental, even spiritual. Now, why this happens? No, it doesn't happen. It is the process. That's it. This is how it happens. And some people, you say, like, everything was going on fine with me, but suddenly I don't know what is happening, but the experiences are not there. You killed it. Now, how did I kill it? No, you are expecting it to happen again. That's where you killed it. You remember that story of the monkey jumping from the tree and becoming a human and again going back to the tree? Whatever experience that you have experienced, you have already experienced it. Leave that so that something new comes in your way. Why do you want to experience only one thing when you are everything and nothing at the same time? So Shiva and Shakti, are they separate? Yes, in one way, if I look at Santoshi ji and Shashi ji, they look separate. Why they are separate? Because the creation has to happen. Why there is fight between themselves? Because they think themselves to be different from each other, separate from each other, and that's why their happiness are also half-half with them. But when the physicality falls, और एक सुंदर बात याद आ गई, and away from this topic, but let me tell you so that I don't, it will come again or not. One pathway of getting out of this is actually the Kundalini Jagran, right? Kundalini Jagran के जरिए भी ये हो सकता है कि you realize yourself. How many turns do people take during that marriage? तो फेरे कितने होते हैं? कितने फेरे लिए जाते हैं? 7. Okay, so they hold the hand and they take 7. Do you know why this 7 is there? ये 7 क्यों है? ये 7 इसलिए है कि ये कहा जाता है ना 7 जन्मों का साथ, like we are tied together for 7 lifetimes. Why is it said so? ये इसलिए कहा जाता है क्योंकि Even if this is the first lifetime you both have come together, may you start at the base, the Mooladhara Chakra. And in every lifetime you evolve to the next chakra, so that by the end of the seventh, you are completely realized together and you are liberated. आप दोनों का साथ 7 जन्मों तक रहे, ताकि 7 जन्मों में आप अपना स्पिरिचुअल इवोल्यूशन करते जाओ और 7वें जन्म के बाद दोनों मुक्त. एंड दैट्स व्हाई दैट 7 तो 7 फेरे इसलिए लगाते हैं. और पंडित जी को जाके पूछो कि 7 फेरे क्यों? नहीं, 7 ही फेरे लगाना है. So that has become a tradition, but not the wisdom of it. So if you are with anyone in this lifetime, and more than that, when I say with someone, people always look at their counterparts. They always worry that I am evolving. What about that person? Right? But I said, if you are Shiva, your Shakti is never away from you. That means that duality is you only, not the other person. कुंडलिनी सबके अंदर है कि उनके अंदर कुंडलिनी है और मेरे अंदर शिव है, ऐसा है क्या? No, it is always available all within us, even if that other person is not awakening. But I can awaken along within myself. क्योंकि शिव और शक्ति दोनों आप ही में है. So who should work on your liberation? It's you. और मजेदार बात, who has sent forth Shakti to realize itself? And who can pull it back? And what are you doing now? Then who are you? अगर आप ही सारे चीजों को एक्सपीरियंस करने के लिए अपने शक्तियों को बाहर भेजते हो कि नहीं भेजते, और एक्सपीरियंस खुद ही करते हो, एंड देन यू से टू मच नाउ, आई विल नॉट डू एनीथिंग एज सच, बहुत हो गया. इट्स अगेन शिवा ब्रिंगिंग इट शक्ति बैक. उसे क्या कहा जाता है? वैराग्य. इसीलिए शिव शादीशुदा होके भी वैरागी है. यस और नो? हमेशा ध्यान में बैठता है ना. And that's how it is. And apart from that, यहां तक तो समझ में आ गया ना? What are we doing? We are again talking about the same thing. But a manifestation हुआ कैसे? What are the 3 things that manifest all these things? Creation कैसे बना? We will wrap up fast now. How does these 3 things appear? इसके बारे में मैं बहुत ही elaborately शायद फिर से बात करूंगा. But for now, but just to understand this, there are 3 things that actually brings this quality, this creation into existence. One is what do you call as nada or vibration, then bindu, the nucleus, and the kala or kala, the ray of force. These are the 3 things utilizing which all this creation is being done. But ये तीनों के ऊपर मैं और एक सेशन ले लूंगा, because I don't think I will justify if I talk about it in the next 10 minutes. So remind me to talk elaborately about vibration, nucleus, and ray of force. नाद, और जो नाद ब्रह्म जिसे कहते हो, उसके ऊपर एक पूरा सेशन कर लेंगे. But now let me end this with one thing: how I live. मैं कैसे? My secret? Okay, good. There is a beautiful statement which I've already shared with few of the people, but for the benefit of every one of us, let's understand this. Why I always keep on saying you are Brahman, you are Brahman, you are God, you are God, you are God. And at the same time, Sudhaji, I always say create a relationship with God, create a relationship with God, create a relationship with God. हर कोई यही पूछता है कि आप ऐसा क्यों कहते हो? आप कहते हो मैं ही भगवान हूं और फिर कहते हो कि भगवान के साथ रिश्ते बनाओ, ये क्यों? व्हाई दिस? एंड आई लिटरली एंड प्रैक्टिकली लिव इट, एंड दैट्स व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर नाउ. And you, if you understand this, you will change your life from this moment. You know Ramakrishna Paramahansa, right? Every one of us know. Once he gave a statement, one sentence, Shivji, and he said, humanize your divine relationships and divinize your human relationships. First and foremost thing, when you hear it, it is a bit typical. What is it? But बहुत ही सरल है ये. He said, divinize your human relationship and humanize your divine relationships. मैं exactly वही बोल रहा हूं. Means कि अपने जो इंसानी रिश्ते हैं उसको दैविकता से भर दो, और जो दैविकता है उसको अपने इंसानों वाले रिश्तों से भर दो. We are trying to do the opposite. और वहीं पे फंसते हैं. But if we just twist it around, no, everything changes. How? अगर मैंने भगवान के साथ रिश्ते बनाए एज ए ह्यूमन, तू मेरा बेटा है, तू मेरा भाई है, तू मेरा सब कुछ तू ही है. What did you do? You created a relation with the divine as a human. You humanized your relationship with the divinity. Yes or no? So अच्छा रिश्ता बना नहीं बना? क्योंकि आप भगवान अगर दूसरा एंटिटी है, यू आर नॉट एबल टू कनेक्ट विथ इट, बट यू क्रिएटेड ए कनेक्शन विथ इट थ्रू ए रिलेशन. You look at it, look at Kanaji as your son. How do you feel about it? एक अलग तरीके की फीलिंग है उसमें. So when you are creating that human relationship with God, you are coming close to God. Now what is the next thing? Divinizing your human relationships. आप अगर सब में उस भगवान को देखोगे, हर एक इंसान में उस भगवान को देखोगे, then how would that relation be? Getting that? Divinizing your human relationship and humanizing your divine relationships. इंसान को भगवान की तरह देखोगे तो उसका बहुत अच्छा ख्याल रखोगे, और भगवान को एक इंसान की तरह देखोगे तो उसके साथ बड़ा अच्छा कनेक्शन बैठ जाएगा. What should you do? And I have done that. When I talk to you, I say you are the divine, and when I talk to him, hey ma idhar aa. Can you see? It is so simple. So what you should do then? इतना ही बदलना है और देखो क्या हो जाएगा. And more than that, a little bit more. दिल मांगे मोर, नहीं शिवजी? So a little bit more. Not only this, let me give you another one. You remember the session that we took, the 32, 17 mouths and 9 legs? Huh? That means you realized on that day that the divine is experiencing everything through you. आप ही के जरिए वो एक्सपीरियंस कर रहा है ना? Then you have to decide one thing. What is the decision? It is the same ore. मतलब ये वही धातु है, लोहा, iron, which becomes a needle, which becomes a knife, which becomes a hammer. Yes or no? धातु एक ही है. The material is the same, but one becomes a needle, one becomes a knife, one becomes a hammer, and based on what they have become, it is utilized. What have you become? Because substance is one, material is the same. We are all God materials. What have we become? And what have we become? Our utilization will be done in that way. आप जो बन गए हो, आपको उसी तरीके से इस्तेमाल किया जाएगा. I will not take a hammer to cut an apple. Hello, I will be mad, right? And neither I will take a knife to hit a nail into the wall. Madness. Similarly, don't you think God will not mad? God is God. We might be mad gods, but God is God. So he will not use a hammer to cut an apple. He will not use a nail to cut an apple. He will only use you the way you have become. तो क्या बन रहे हो? And that's where I say, become the hands of God. And if the divine is experiencing everything through me, I have decided one thing. I am going to give the best of the experiences to my divinity. Nothing less than that. Gaya andar? If my divine is experiencing everything through me, it is my responsibility now, and I have decided that I am going to give him the best of the best experiences. Nothing less than that. आप रोते रहो, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. मैं अपने भगवान को रोता हुआ एक्सपीरियंस नहीं देना चाहता. I want to give the best experience to my creator because he is experiencing everything to me. और एक बात बताओ, एक रोता हुआ बच्चा है और एक हंसता हुआ बच्चा है. एक बच्चा है जो आपको खुशी देता है. There is a kid who gives you happiness and there is a kid who is always nagging. Hello. The nagging kid guy might get the attention, but the wrong attentions. Yes or no? Attention तो मिलेगा, but wrong attention. अरे कितना रोता रहता है भाई. And there is a happy kid. माँ क्या कहती है? ये मेरा ये बेस्ट बच्चा है मेरा. You look at him, he just plays along, no worries. Then you are also free from that God, and the God is also free from you. What do you choose to become? I have decided that I'm going to give the best of the experiences. And if you have decided, let's say, Deepika ji, I say like I'm going to give the best of the experiences to you, and you know that I'm going to give you the best of the experiences, will you take care of me or not? क्योंकि देने वाला तो वही है ना. I have decided myself to give him the best of the experiences. That means I have become that through which he can experience the best. What will he create all things around me? क्या बनाएगा मेरे चारों तरफ? All the best things will be created around me because I have decided to give him the best experience. और देने वाला वही है. So what he will do, he will also ensure I experience the best. Did you see how I live my life? Where it looks like I live my life, you don't see that I love my life. And what do you see like a life? It's a love story for me. And what just looks like how beautifully he lives, it's a divine communion happening every moment. And what you see as happiness is an ecstasy that always flows with me because I am never separate. And when somebody asks, what is God? I say, the moment you feel happy, that is God. What is sorrow? The moment you are away from God, that is sorrow. Any moment you are happy, remember God because he might be just around you now. And when you are sad, run towards him. Find a way to be happy. Run towards your God because decide that you are not going to give a sorrowful experience to your God. Decide to give the best of the best experiences to the God. And in turn, it's his responsibility now. क्या कहते हैं हरि भाई, आपको क्या खाना है? आपको चॉकलेट खाना है? ओके, चॉकलेट खिलाऊंगा. लेकिन चॉकलेट आएगा कहां से? देने वाले तो आप ही हो. फिर क्या करोगे? You will make some stopgap arrangement and some arrangement so that I get the chocolate, so I take it. क्या कहते हो? कौन सा मंत्र चाहिए? It's not about the mantras. It's about deciding what you have to become. And that's how I became the habit of God. और आदतें नहीं छूटती. So I think you can decide so many things today. And these 9 days, we are going to stamp on it so that it becomes a permanent mark on you. और शायद इसीलिए आज तक नहीं बोल रही थी. बोली रुक जा मुझे आने दे. And I believe these simple statements, divinizing your human relationship and humanizing your divine relationship, and at the same time, what are you experiencing? If you are the experiencer, in order to experience yourself, you have created all that. Then what is that nature? What is you? And that ghost is not outside, that ghost is always within, because the fear is always within. Realizing you are the divinity, not realizing you are the ghost. और जो भूत होता है ना, वो अपने आप को तकलीफ देता है, दूसरों को तकलीफ देता है. And let us decide not to be the ghost anymore. And as I say, let us be a blessing on this planet, not a curse. And you can be a blessing when you are the blessed one. And you are already the blessed one because you are listening all this about your own self. किसके बारे में बात कर रहा था मैं बैठ के? I was only talking about you. Because for me, there is no one but you. Not even me. Not even me. अस्तित्व क्या है? One is eternal stillness. The other is eternal movement. You are playing the role of eternal movement. So I am playing the role of eternal stillness. आप हफ्ते भर घूम घूम के आते हो, मैं हफ्ते भर वहीं बैठा रहता हूं. What's the difference between you and me then? Nothing. And don't expect the things from others that they don't have. That is madness, you know. And don't try to find half-baked happiness, because half-baked cake and half-baked happiness is not good for your health. So tomorrow morning, we will do the Kalasthapana, and I think Mamta ji has posted this question like, what about the other time zones? This time I have checked, the same time applies to all. So all of us will set the colors at the same time. It might be late for the EST people in the time zones, might be late in the night, but it is okay. You can still get that Kalasthapana done. So we will all do together. It doesn't matter whether you are in UK, US, New Zealand, Germany, Australia, wherever you are, doesn't matter. We are all going to set at the same time. So the thing is, for the people in the US, please get your things ready. I have already shared that in the group. Again, I will post it. Exact time tomorrow, we will start the time we started today at 5 a.m. IST, because there are certainly some things that we have to discuss. After that, we will do the Kalasthapana, because the Kalasthapana starts at 6:10. And we will complete it within 1.5 hours. So might be around 7:30 to 8, we will complete the process. Okay for everyone? Because for the people in US, it will be still Sunday night, right? No problem, because the time zone goes in the right manner. I have checked that, and it is वो विश्वरूपी समय एक होता है. वो ये विश्वरूपी समय में आ जाता है, so we can do it together. So not an issue for anyone. Okay. And yes, as I said, some people might not be able to put the kalash because of some other restrictions. No problem. You can still do it Mansik way. More than that, it's not about जैसे सुधा जी कहते हैं ना कि अगर ध्यान मतलब अगर लॉजिक से ढूंढो तो शिव बहुत दूर है. If right now, let's take the example of Shivji sitting out there, or Shiva Guruji, both are sitting in US right now. If I logically think, oh, they are so far away, but bhav se, but from emotions, I smile, you smile in front of me right now. I cry, you start crying. I don't know why. I feel something within me, you feel that. That means what? कि लॉजिक से दूर हो सकते हो, लेकिन भावनाओं से कभी दूर नहीं हो सकते. So let us all be connected in this way. And as I said, it's not about opening the doors of your houses, it's opening your doors of the heart and allow that goddess to appear. So these 9 days, मेरी नींद तो आप उड़ाने वाले हो कैसे भी. दिया आप जलाओगे, बैठूंगा मैं. So all these 9 days, anyways, my sleepless nights have already begun. And from tomorrow on, it goes on. So, but one request is, if someone is awaking throughout the night for you, make sure it is worth. ऐसा नहीं कि कोई बस जाग के बैठ रहा है आपके लिए, नहीं, उसका जागना भी सार्थक हो. It is worth. That means you will give your 100%. Because I am not going to take anything less than that, because I am not going to give anything less than that. And I believe I have given enough time now, and I can demand it now. इतना हक तो बनता है that I can tell you this. Because I don't want any ghosts in this life anymore. I don't want to just pass by as you have passed all these times. Despite, even if it requires me to talk the same thing 1,00,000 times more this time, I'm going to do that. But I am 100% determined that I'm not going to let you go like this. It's your decision now. Thank you so much for being here, listening to me, realizing yourself in another way again. Go enjoy your nature. But while enjoying the nature, remember, it's Shiva who is enjoying it. Aham Brahmasmi.